Hello guys, welcome for a new episode of Paranormasight. I think last time we finally unlocked the weird screen where you can select at which point you want to continue or start the story. And we got, I think, the bad ending on the, wait, what's his name? Okie. What was his name? Wait a second, let me start it. Ah, it was Okie. We got the bad... we got the bad ending on Shogo Okie. I forgot it was Shogo. Basically, I think, considering you can see in this in the screen right now that there are like two paths after you meet up with Yoko. I got her killed in my playthrough, probably because I did not press the button that say cursed power at the right moment. Which is a shame because it did show that some sort of a, like, thank you QTE event or whatever on the top left corner of my screen, but I did not press it because I was scared that something would happen. So I did not do it, but I think in this game you should probably do it. And whatever happened after that was probably for nothing, because in the end Shogo Okie died even after getting all of the soul dregs to normally resurrect Yoko, so we were not able to resurrect her. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna go back to this route, starting their discussion together, and something weird happens. And this time, instead of having Yoko killed, let's hope that we can actually save her. I just hope that she doesn't die in the other route, because that would be a shame. And after that, I have no idea. I suppose we have to replay the rest, maybe meet up the other characters, but there might be some change, some differences in the routes. Maybe this one was actually a shorter route, even though I did take like what, an hour and a half or something to do it. But it's fine. I'm very happy, I guess, that I got the wrong end first, because I do like to have bad endings first. Okay, so at least this is done. And now we can do the other route. And after that, I suppose we can probably play all the characters. But there were so many characters we've seen, but we barely cared about. And I feel like, nah. If you looked at the cover art of this game, there seems to be other characters that are also like soul bearers. And I want to know about their story, okay? I don't want to know everything from Shogo Okie perspective. And I don't think the game wants you to know about the story from his perspective either. So the first route is mainly him, and then we'll see later on. So let's go back here, right? Summary of previous events. Okay, that's good. It actually tells you what happens. Like if I go here, it does said that I killed someone named Takumi Yumioka, and I think that was the guy that worked in my company. I think it was him. I think so, because I don't really remember the name. Takumi Yumioka. Yeah, it was this guy. Like, we don't care about him. We need to save Yoko. And it seems like after you killed Yoko, anyway, there's no point for you to resurrect. I mean, you can't even resurrect her. Which I don't understand yet. Did I actually get tricked? Because, I thought that with enough soul dregs I would be able to like rescue her, but I was killed unless someone used their power on me. I don't understand. Let's go back here anyway. Resume. Start from something's happening to you. No. How is the right related to the mysteries? If I go to something's happening to Yoko, I'm scared that Yoko is already like unless. I'm scared that Yoko has already turned into, you know, dead. Ooh, going back here, give me the creeps, yo. Hang on, I've got another question. I'm gonna read it all over again, because you know, that happened like 2 weeks ago, so I don't really remember. You mentioned the right to resurrection. Are you looking for that too? Does it have to do with the 7 mysteries of Honjo? You're sure I could get my finger on you to tell the truth? What? It's actually the other way around. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I started off searching for the rite of resurrection, but along the way I realized I need to investigate the 7 mysteries of Honjo first. I see, so then... I don't think that really matters. Why are you looking for the rite? And she's gonna talk to me about her dog, I think. It's Ogopogo. I want to bring Ogopogo back. He died in an accident about a month ago. Okay, so I guess if we help Yoko, we need more soldier eggs to resurrect Ogopogo, because Yoko died in our story. Right now we do not need the right of resurrection as Shogo Okie, because if Yoko doesn't die, I don't need to resurrect anybody, right? And then if I do that, if I kill her, I mean, she died like, what, an hour or so ago, and that's why I don't need as many soul dregs as the other people. For example, the woman that was trying to resurrect her son, she probably needs more because her son probably died some years ago. Ogopogo did die 1 month ago though, so I think we would need more soul dregs to resurrect the dog than we would if we wanted to resurrect Yoko. I think somebody said that, I just don't remember who did. I had him for 8 years. Wait, how did Ogopogo die? In an accident? Oh yeah, that's right. In an accident, okay. Okay, I'll do everything I can. Okay, maybe I could have actually start where something's happening to Yoko, like if she screams or something. I think as soon as she screams, I can still save her. So, do I have the fucking stone on me? Not yet, right? Not yet. I don't have it yet, right? What if I look at the ground? What if I never pick up... Oh, never mind. I would need to pick up the little stone still. Oh! What? I forgot that happened. It's like the air just changed. Oh, she's still like this though. Like eyes on my back. I can't move. Is there something behind me? Is a stone on the ground already? No, I can't look at it. The thing is, there's still nothing. Oh shit, I need to talk to her first, right? Yoko, are you okay? Ah, what's wrong? Stay with me. Ah, this can't be. What? Why? Yoko. It's no use, she's no condition. Keep yelling her name. What if we keep yelling her name? I did not do that before. What? Is calling her name really going to help? See? Oh, actually, maybe we did not need... Maybe she really needed to die. I didn't think about that. I suppose that I messed up on my first run by having Yoko killed. What if there was really no other option? What if you actually have to have Yoko killed on the first run so that Shogo Oki could actually change the decision he makes in the new life, and then we can finally save her. Actually, that would make so much sense. I thought it was a mistake on my hand, but what if she really had to die before? Because I don't think I had this option before to call for her name again. And even he is like, what, would that really help? I'm already yelling as hard as I can. Shouldn't I look for what's causing this? There's nothing there. Keep yelling. Yoko, hang in there, Yoko. Look at me. You're going to be okay. It's alright, there's nothing there. Yoko... Oh, oops. Oops. I'm not... Oh, it worked! Oh, I thought maybe using the curse would have been useful, but no, I really did save her in the end. Oh! Shogo cries Yuki's name in a desperate attempt to wake her as she lies, unmoving on the ground. Will he please get through to her? Wait, it actually helped. Oh, so she did have to die on the first run, I think. Oh. Oh? Oh, good, you're awake? What? Are you okay? You were so rattled and confused. I thought you had really lost it. Do you feel dizzy? Have a headache? Oh, your humor's out of balance? Well, what did you say? I think I've heard that before. You're the one who said it earlier. Oh, right. Might have been it. My humors were off balance. Okay, okay. What if Yoko really is a ghost? And because we had no one to resurrect, we died with the soul dregs, and we killed people for no reason. What if Yoko is actually a ghost and she never like existed to begin with? What if she already died long ago? What if she really is a ghost? And what if Shogo... No, okay, no, I think that ends here. I was like, and what if Shogo in the end really wants to resurrect Yoko because she died many, many years ago and he fell in love with her and he want to resurrect her? No, that would mean that I would need to get so many soul drags to actually resurrect Yoko. I don't think that's the case. But now I'm starting to maybe reconsider Yoko actually being alive and real. But now that she's alive, I guess we'll see if people can actually see her. But what if, okay? What if, because people have stones on them, they're soul bearers, they can actually see Yoko. And usually you would not be able to see it. But then does that mean that Shogo Okie would have had the stone on him, like, for a long time already? I have so many... I love to speculate on things and then I'll usually end up being wrong. Because I get too excited about theories and stuff. I really like how fiction is not written sometimes. I just want to like make up the weirdest theories and hopefully some of my theories would actually turn out to be true. Back there, you ended up like that because of your humors? Yeah, I've heard that at this age, your humors being even a little bit off can be fatal. I don't think so. I read you back to normal now. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause you so much trouble. What if Yoko tries to get me killed? What if she's a ghost that actually wants to harm me, you know? I have so many theories and questions. I really don't remember what happened. Sounds like what happened to me. Maybe this place is dangerous somehow? Okay. What? Are you backing out? Yeah, it just doesn't feel safe to me, and I'm worried about you. Let's call off today's investigation. What? Wait, if we do that, then we don't have any soul, and we don't have any stone, and then the whole Battle Royale starts tonight. Come on, how do we... If Shogo Okie goes back home, this is also a bad ending, isn't it? No. I just started feeling back to normal too. No, not happening. Go home. I even pay you cab fare, okay? I ended up having to force Estelle protesting Yoko into a taxi. Even then, she still wouldn't stop complaining. Oh, I don't think the taxi driver would have just drive to location with the empty seats in the back. So I think that Yoko might actually exist. Never mind. To placate her, I promised I would search the park on my own for a little while longer. Oh no. Oh no, Yoko's gone. I thought she would investigate with us. Oh! LMAO, we got another ending and this is not a good one still. This is not a good one still. Maybe the real good ending? The good ending that we can get is to save Yoko from the curse and not just blatantly say what you saw did not exist. Worried about Yoko after her bizarre incident, Shogo decides to call off their investigation onto the mysteries for the night. Despite her stubborn objections, he manages to persuade her by offering to continue the search on his own. Oh no. What if I die to a curse now? That would be a terrifying ending. Please don't be one like that. Why is the music like this? $5 a.m.? In further news, oh, what if I died! Before dawn today, a police officer on patrol discovered a man collapsed in a Sumida City park. Oh, I died. The man was taken to the hospital, but his death was confirmed shortly after. What killed me? And I'm saying what, not necessarily who. Investigation is still underway, but police suspect a connection to the other unexplained deaths found in the area. So there are other people that also died. I think that's the face you have when you die from a curse bearer. Okay, end of the recording. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Wait, why does this one get credit? The other things did not have a credit. Don't tell me there is no way for me to save Yoko. No, because the guy, the storyteller said that on TV they found Shogo Okie drowned. Drowned? Who did he die from? Can I skip the credits? Okay, credit skipped, I think. Well done in your efforts thus far. This brings Shogo Okie's story to a close. Ah, but this is not the end. Far from it. In fact, this is where the story finally begins. The roots of the three protagonists have now been unlocked. Are you fucking kidding me? There is no other route for Shogo Okie? Oh, she's named Harue Shigima, a woman who lost her son when he was kidnapped and murdered. Wait, did she say that he was kidnapped and murdered? I don't remember that. Oh, Chief Inspector is the one that has the soul bearer. I mean, he's a soul bearer that has a soul stone. Oh, no, it's a curse stone, sorry. I'm messing up the names. Tetsuo Tsutsumi, the Chief Inspector of the 1st Investigative Division. He's looking into the death of an officer in the line of duty. And then you have the high schooler, okay. Wait, what about Michael Jackson? You can't play Michael Jackson? Yako Sakazaki, a high school girl who wants to bring her friend back from the dead, a girl who died in a suspicious suicide. Okay, so maybe there's a chance that Michael Jackson dies because he's not a protagonist. And the guy that we saw around the bridge that has the screaming ghost is probably, we don't care about this guy and we can probably kill him again. In all the routes. Should them is burdened with circumstances that leave them no choice but to seek the right of resurrection. Following these, 3 storylines will reveal the full nature of all that is occurring. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. What the heck? Shogo Okie dies no matter what? You have to be kidding me. Oh, Harue Shigima really is with Michael Jackson. That's because the guy said he had a friend, a female friend who was into like, she was investigating into the 7 mysteries. Oh, I so want to play Harue Shigima. But what the fuck, Shogo Okie? We do not care about this guy? And look, it looks like it's done. No way, Shogo Okie dies no matter what? I was like, a morally gray protagonist and the guy just dies no matter what? That's so fucking nice. Something I did not expect. I thought this guy was the main character. But we do not fucking care at all. This guy doesn't get a happy ending whatsoever. And Yoko is alive. And well. Do we get a Shogo Okie return after we're done with the other routes? But you know what? I think they kind of showed that we did not really care that much for Shogo Okie. Because every time I tried not to kill someone, the guy was just like, nah, I killed him still. With his soul, with his curse stone, he uses his power. And I didn't want to do that, but you know what? That's what he gets. Still, I want to know. I remember, again, first part, when we started the game and I was having a conversation with the storyteller, he said on TV that someone was found drowned, I think, not died in the park. I would need to check, but I'm pretty sure they said that he was found drowned somewhere in a lake or something. And it was the picture of Shogo Okie. It was this guy, it was not someone else. So in what storyline does Shogo Okie actually die? Maybe there is one true route where every protagonist actually gets to have their happy ending at the same time? Because I feel like maybe if we do everybody else's route, there's a chance that you have to kill them. Like Harue Shigima, at some point she might encounter Shogo Okie too. You know, sometimes around here. If you keep playing. And then I think it's fine. I know even before we played her route and know about her story, because I don't know yet what her story is about much more than just she's trying to resurrect her son, I still sympathized with her. And I still would right now. Because Shogo Okie, aside from trying to rescue Yoko, didn't really have much. And I think it was a nice introduction to Paranormasight. I think the story is good. I won't say it's like amazing, extraordinary whatsoever, but the execution is good. Starting the game with Shogo Okie was very clever. And the fact that he also killed Arue Shigima and Yako Sakazaki like that in cold blood because he wanted to resurrect Yoko was actually true to his character. If I was him and I was pretty like, I don't care about other people and I just want to resurrect my friend, maybe I would have done the same thing. Because like, who cares? I do not know the other characters. I just like, I crossed paths with them, but I don't care. I need soul dregs, so I'm gonna do whatever I can to resurrect my friend, right? Yoko wants to resurrect her dog, which I think is makes a little more sense because Shogoki is like, it's just a girl you met a couple months ago, I think, or a couple weeks, I can't remember. But at the same time, I would say that's really on par with this character. He's not bland anymore. He's just like morally gray, and yeah, I think it fit well. And poor guy died in the end. Can't believe his true ending for now is him dead in the park. So fucking funny. I wonder if you will see... Wait. No, wait a second. If he altered the story and this is his true ending, that means nobody killed him. That's a shame! Or... Because we don't know who killed him. Maybe somebody came and killed him. And maybe we have to, at some point... kill Shogo Okie too, doesn't matter. They found him when it was done. But we don't know who killed him yet. So maybe we all have to kill him. I think this is where everybody gets their revenge. Okay, enough talking. It felt like a very longer intro because I was speculating on things, and today I think I'm gonna play Arue Shigima, and I'm gonna do them in order, okay? I don't think the game necessarily told you in which order you need to play them, but I think I want to start with Arue Shigima just because she's on top, and she's also the one that interests me the most among the three other protagonists, right? Also because Michael Jackson is here. I'm still gonna call him Michael Jackson because I don't know the name of this detective. But yeah. Private detective, I think? When the son of Haruhi Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haruhi has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Oh no, poor her. Late at night while speaking to the detective... What you say? Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. Maybe the stone. Oh, what if? That would be so funny if Yoko actually tried to kill Shogo Okie. No, who was fire, perish in flame? Kill them. Kill them. The flame bearers, kill them all. You have acquired the power of the curse stone, the hunting clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire-starting device on their person. Press the use curse button to set your target alight. Okay. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Is it because she's like angry that her power has manifested this way? What if Shogo Okie's power, you know, it's like when people turn their back on you, you can kill them. Is it because this guy is actually like not a loser, what's the name? A coward? Could it be because the guy is a coward? You have to have people like you where you are, kinda, and like, you know, turn their back on you so that you can actually kill them. And also, it's a very coward move to kill people when they're not looking. I think it fits well, and I would say that Haruhi can maybe kill people by setting them ablaze. I think that's the proper term. Maybe because she's angry, and I don't know if her son also died in a fire or something like that. But I think she's just angry, and she's trying to contain it. Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them. Does it start right away? It's midnight for her right now. Now that makes sense why. Oh, that's my mention. Okay, it makes sense why we have sprites for the main protagonist you're controlling because they're multiple characters. Okay, back with me, ma'am. I think that's a private investigator, Michael Jackson. Can't say I understand what just happened, but it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Oh, what if Michael Jackson doesn't have a stone? He was just, because he's a private investigator, he was also like monitoring us and investigating with us, but he's not part of the, you know, he's like an ally, but not a friend, or someone that also has a stone, or oh, maybe he will be the one that kills me at the end. Aha! What if nobody has a happy ending? Oh my god. I also like her design, really like her face. She has really tired eyes, but I think it's super charming. Sweet dreams. Haruhi Shiguma. I'm a housewife. What happened to my husband after her son got killed? I hope my husband is not part of this. Oops, what did I do? Persons of interest. Haruhi Shigima. Now we have some story about her. We're gonna read this. Okay. Haru is a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoku Bridge. Her 11 years old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. Okay. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. Oh, mistake which engaged in a rage. Sorry, the mistake which enraged a kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. Oh, she must be so angry. The incident was covered up and Shuichi's skeleton remains at large, leading the aggrieved Haruhi to call on the services of private investigator Richard Kai to uncover the truth. Oh my god, because it was a mistake on the detectives, they decided to to cover up this, and so they stopped looking for the murderer. That's, I would say, I don't know if it's a typical thing, and I do hope that it doesn't happen a lot, but I feel like it's certainly something that a lot of police departments would actually do, and I would say especially in Japan. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haruhi's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. Okay, so it was like that kind of marriage, like arranged marriage, very typical from Japan and the society there. No love whatsoever, only for like money and power, you know. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, Sorry. It wasn't long before Aruya's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she's isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Withdrawn from society? Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haruya a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident. Wait. They didn't divorce, though. Without spoiling too much, we finished playing Silent Hill Live not too long ago, and it was interesting how it also dealt with arranged marriage in Japan, and how once the daughter of a family marries into another family, then she loses. She's not on the same household anymore. Like I don't exactly know how to put that into words, in English words, but she's like no longer part of her previous family. It's like you have to cut ties with your parents or siblings and join the family of your husband. And if you get the divorce and everything, I think it gets pretty difficult. And you also kind of like outcasted and stuff, right? It's really not fun. It's really not fun. I don't think they do that as much anymore. But considering this game also happens in the 80s, I think it was still kind of the case. I'm pretty sure Silent Hill F took part in the 60s or something. So it does still happen in Japan, but not as much anymore. But it is difficult, yeah. Arranged marriages don't happen so much anymore, I meant to say. But this whole like you then join your husband's family and you don't really have ties anymore with your previous family. Maybe that also still happens. Yeah, and that really sucks. Following the incident, Haruya spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Haru's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, while Haru left to live in the large empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haru has nothing but time on her hands. Yeah, because she's still part of a wealthy family, so obviously she would have like housekeepers. So she doesn't have anything to do now. But that also means in a very bad way that she gets very obsessed about her son disappearing and the fact that he's dead now. If she has no hobby, nothing, this poor woman is like completely empty inside. And I kind of like sympathize with her, yeah. No. What were we saying? Oh, no, not dreams. Not dreams, yeah. He was asking if we were having sweet dreams. Sounds like something I might want to hear about. What's that? Well, I be damned. Is that what I think it is? Goodness, you made me jump. Just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before, well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down. Let me take a closer look. Is it a rooster? I knew it! It's Head Honjo from way back in set 1. This is a real collider's item. Excuse me? Don't tell me you've never heard of the mockingbirds. The what? They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents. I've never heard of them, but it certainly seems to matter to you. The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town. Soon enough, they had won everybody's hearts. Story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who currently leaves them behind in specific locations. I have a very fun fact to talk about real quick. In my city, in Rennes, so like upper west side of France, right? There's an artist that makes radishes. And that's it. In the city, all over the city, you can find drawings here and there of a red radish. I think it's a radish or is it a beet? Do you say a beet? Wait a second, let me Google that real quick. Oh no, I'm not so sure anymore. But I don't think it's a beet. I think it's a radish. Let me see. Radish can be red, right? Yeah, I think it's a radish. It's not a beet. But this guy has left like even sculptures, huge sculptures of like radishes and drawings and stuff like that all over town. And this is made by one dude that is like, yeah, he's been like putting them all around town. And it's I don't know if he got permission to do that. I just know they're everywhere. Like if you at some point that I even had friends that were like, do you guys have something with radishes? Because I've seen them all around, and I was like, oh no, this is apparently just an artist, a local artist made them, and they all around town. Yes. Maybe someone knows that more than I do because I never really Googled that, but apparently it's a thing, yeah. Because I've seen numbers of them, but I just don't remember where they are. But I know that not too far from where I live, there is one big radish sculpture on top of a building. So from afar, you can actually see it. And I believe that Midtown, I used to pass by a school, and in the yard, there was actually like also a sculpture of a radish. So anyway, yes, anonymous artists too. No one knows when and where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legends of sorts. To think one would turn up here of all places, this is a good sign, I'm sure of it. Oh, well, that's nice. We got a mockingbird. What do we do with that? Collectibles? Or is it actually useful? Oh, it's collectibles. This is hunting clappers. This is our power. Oh, we need to read this. Oh, no! You can... It's... Wait, what? They did have to do with who does their life in a terrible fire. Okay, never mind. It's just because it's close to the hunting clapper story. I didn't remember that, and that's why we can kill people by setting them on fire. Red, red, red. Everything is like crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot, so hot. Must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack, is somebody there? Clack, clack, why is no one coming? I'm going to burn to death. How did it come to this? All right, her. Must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. Sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. Okay. No, this. This popular bird mascot stickers seem to pop up everywhere. Nobody knows who the legendary artist is behind these quirky birds, but they quickly became popular for their surreal yet overly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo and you might just be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it collecting them. Oh, will bring good luck. This better not be true ending locked behind those fucking bird stickers. Please. It better not be that. I have my little cursor on top. I'm gonna move it on the side. This place is so oddly calm and also like stressful at the same time. Stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't the one to listen to music often. Cover. Oh, sorry, excuse me, I'm getting lost. Flower arrangement. An arrangement of flowers. We bring in someone to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called. Isn't it? I think I know those flowers. I just don't remember how it's called in French, and then I would be able to translate it. But I just know what those flowers are. I think they're pretty famous in my city too, in Bretagne. We usually see them a lot. What is it called again? Okay, I have the name in French. Now, how is it called in English? Oh, hydrangea. There you go. I think it's those. Hydrangea are those hydrangea? Because it looks like them. It's a very pretty flower, by the way. If you haven't seen them yet, they're very pretty. Some of them can be blue and purple. It's really beautiful colors. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. Okay. Chandelier. The lights. Chandelier is the only thing in here that's my choice. It's my favorite part of the room. Very cute that you think so. Guest table. A guest table. I don't know where father got this old thing from, but I've never liked it. Okay. Phone. Fax machine. Rotary phone. The telephone. This mansion has a private line. Oh, we have a private line? A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one. I rarely find a use for it. Apparently there's some, I don't know if it's still the case, but I think in Japan some still use the fax machine. We stopped using those in Europe for a while now. Very long while. I think when I was born, I've seen fax machines, but I've never had one in my home, so I don't know how it works. But yes, for those that could be baby in the watching this video right now, maybe you never heard about fax machines, and they're pretty old indeed. We did have a rotary phone though at some point, but I don't remember if we used it. I just know that we have a very old one, but I don't think we used it. Swinging of the pendulum echoes through the room. It feels livelier than usual with Richter here. Usually it's just me. Television. Yo, the television looks like the one that the storyteller has. Color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. And like the latest models, there is no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. I suppose she used to get along with her husband at some point. But now that he's gone, and my son is gone, well, a house of racing, that isn't my chance. I don't last. My chance? A private investigator I hired. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Oda City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort. Mr. Richter Kai. Do we have new things? The first part. I don't think we knew much about him before. The eccentric man that Shogouki ran into at Ohonji Bridge. Richter is actually a private investigator with an office in Oda City, Tokyo. Ota City, Tokyo? Is it really happening in Japan, real Japan, or is it a mix of like fictional Japan, I wonder? After taking on a request from Haruhi Shigima to investigate the unsolved kidnapping and murder of her son, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the rite of resurrection. Once the police officer Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. Oh yeah, I think he mentioned that. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases. Oh, I think we read that before. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. What? What again? What are the new files we got? Azure Aeron Agency. Richter Kai's private investigation firm in Kamata, Ota City. Originally, Kai thought to give it up a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book alphabetically, I decided to pick a name starting with an A. This is clever. Thus, the Azure Heron. Azure Heron agency was established. However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than Nazure Heron, sorry, I can't pronounce it right. Heron. It's a mouthful for me to pronounce it. Mr. keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue but mostly in white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made here, it has surely been lost on all but Richter himself. A private investigator, also known as a private eye, is a detective who operates their own agency. Although there are no formal qualifications necessary to become a private investigator, many are retired police agents or detectives due to the similarities between the work involved. Sorry. At a glance, private investigation firms and inquiry offices might look similar, but they carry out different types of investigations. Inquiry offices specialize in conducting credit checks on businesses, while private investigators are generally involved in tailing persons of interest and gaining information surreptitiously. Surreptitiously? That's the first time I hear this word. I mean see, not read or hear. I mean read too. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out, and the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you had just won the lottery. Can you tell me what that was all about? Where to start? Interesting, very interesting. So the hunting clapper's cursed echo appeared out of nowhere, told you how to perform the rite of resurrection, and gave you the curse you will need to do. Have I got it? Have I got that right? That's right. So it's all real, honestly. I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. I wonder. If she can try not to kill people, she will try to do that. If she can kill not too many people, I think that's what was best for her, because she's kind of also a coward. But at the same time, I wonder how she will proceed through the story of hers. I saw that cursed stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air, with evidence that clear there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work. I don't think you quite understand. Oh? This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day. You just knew, huh? It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echoes, resentful memories. I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Wreathed in flame, breathing in pain as my flesh backens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone. Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire. I see, that could be a problem. You think so? From what I know of you. What if the lighter that Shogooki picked up was Richter that actually put it on the ground for him to pick it up? So that I could kill this guy. And I think that's why Mr. Private detective right here, Michael Jackson, asked me on the bridge if I had a lighter on me. And if I did have a lighter on me, then he would probably be telling those people to make sure that Haruhi would actually kill them. He was kind of like moving in the shadow and doing his helping at the same time, you know? From what I know of you, I was sure you would see it as an opportunity. The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me anyway. Good grief, talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment, remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going. That might be a good idea. So... about the investigation. That's what you hired me for, ma'am, to look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigima. I do want to know who is the killer though. Oh my god, she's gonna hate the police, the chief inspector. Because she could probably blame him for what happened to her son. She must not cross his path. Oh my god. Oh my god, she's gonna kill this guy. Oh yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it. That's what I'm here about today. In fact, kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. I've been turning over every last stone and I've come up with a grand total of 1 lead. So you said. As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway. I remember you were just about to tell me. Files. The Shigema kidnapping overview. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida, around 1 year ago. Haruhi Shigima's son, Shuichi, age 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school with a ransom being demanded that same evening. Okay, actually makes sense. He was the son of a wealthy family, so he was probably kidnapped for that, a ransom. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme, but when it came to light that the Shigema family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace the phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haruhi reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. That's why she does not get along with her husband and her father anymore, I think. The only small maybe affection that she had for your husband, because this was an arranged marriage, I don't know, was probably lost when they decided not to hand over the money for the ransom. Oh lord. The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Oh. What? Is that what the criminal does? What if the wanted criminal is still in the... He was not caught. I did say that I think Shogo Okie died from drowning. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like I wonder what happens to Shogo Okie, but he's kinda dead at the moment, isn't he? I mean, no, technically in this timeline right now, he's not dead. In his own timeline, he died, but maybe in the other, I can actually keep him alive. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence. but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case has long gone cold. So much lore. I feel like I haven't played much, but there's so much lore. Yeah, I haven't really played today. Mostly lore, and then I'm intrigued and trying to really understand things. Oh, we have a face! Oh, that's your son, alright. They look similar. The only son of Haruo Shiguma, he was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago. His body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother Haruo amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed vigilance and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for mockingbird stickers. Of course. Oops, I misclicked. You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what. Why don't I tell you what I found and then we can make a decision, alright? Okay. So you can continue this conversation, this topic, after we talk about the rest. About the kidnapping. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself. No, I'm very familiar. Then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, northern Oyoko River here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area. That's right. In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from, but it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive, since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute, factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house. It's likely that he was abducted by a car on his route home. Maybe, but exactly, Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger. That's right. I was very firm about that. I knew he understood too. I even saw him warning the other children. What if the dad is a culprit? He would have been with someone that he knew. I suspect the dad. You know, you usually have to suspect the close family. Usually it's the husband that could be the culprit. What if it's also the father, like her father? And they both worked with the police, so I feel like they could have probably sabotaged the case. It's possible that they forced him into the car. The only issue there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car with that many students around and not be noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? What if it was someone that he knew, then it wouldn't have looked suspicious? Both of these seem a little too far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off? The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky. Well, why not turn the problem on its head? Oh, I'm feeling sleepy right now. Can I talk more? The only thing that makes sense to me is if they were somebody that he would have a reason to trust. There you go. It's actually pretty logical. Maybe I've been watching too many true crimes, but I think it's pretty logical. Teacher perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew. What if it's the housekeeper? But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. You can fake an alibi. That's the first time I see her with this face, by the way. The police checked them all thoroughly. I hate this word. They did? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew, or rather... What if the culprit disguised himself as a police officer? You think so? That would explain why he didn't find them suspicious. The Shigema family had close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them. You might be right. But surely they couldn't have... There's a problem with the theory. You would be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. I don't know, man. I don't know. Where's my... Oh, is this so sick? Can I talk more? But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Children, my tongue. Even kids who have been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man. He's right about that. He's right. He's so right about this. He's so right about this. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right or wrong. That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean... No, you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, what would he have done? If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car? He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for a woman and children. You could certainly agree that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays, but if Shuichi believed it, there might be... Then we might have something here. Then you think the culprit was a young woman? But it was a man's voice on the phone. She might have been an accomplice, yes. Or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used. If anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. I don't know, man. The question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See what I said about people's biases? That goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. And one might thought he had. Do you mean he saw it happen? Well, I can't say that for sure yet. It turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private. Who did he talk to? Oh, I'm cold. I'm feeling cold right now. Alright, this should do. What are we talking to? There's no one around. We can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Oh, who's this guy? Jonochi. Oh, Jonochi. Sorry, that's an uncommon name. Got it. Well, Jonochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page. You're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shigema's kidnapping. Do you have that right? Of course, what else do I look like? How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help. You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who's trying to kill you? Ah, a student called Michio Shiraishi. Oh, Michio! Michio! I think that's a friend from the girl we killed. And I think she doesn't even have her file. I remember she mumbled something about Michio. Wait, who? Why does Michio want to kill this guy? I'm pretty sure Michio is I remember the high school girl was trying to was mumbling like, Michi, wait for me just a little longer or something like that. So maybe she's trying to resurrect this girl. Maybe this guy is the one that killed Michio. Oh my god, beware. There's some hints, and sometimes I remember some details and some clues that, yeah, that could be useful to you know, understand the plot later on. Interesting. Schoolgirl? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michio Shiraishi? I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigima. Oh my god. I did not expect that. Come again. I saw her talk to him on the street and led him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. Oh, I think it was probably a good idea to play the routes in the order they were displayed. Let me just Google real quick if there was a particular order to play them. Paranormasight routes order. Okay. I hope this doesn't spoil me too much. Oh, it kinda spoils me. I have no idea. Apparently there's a thief characters route. Spoiler free route. Oh no, that's the second game. Bro, it's showing me the new game. I want to know about the first game. 7 Mysteries, not the second game, bro. I want no spoiler one. Okay. Okay, Shogo Ukie's prologue. Then you have Harué. Yeah, I suppose it's probably, well, let's just hope. I think I might get spoiled if I keep looking at things, so I'm gonna stop right there looking. Right, but I do hope that I played it in the right order. Yeah, because if it's talking about Michio, and Michio is actually involved with the high schooler that has a curse stone, it's best that we get some glimpses of one's identity through the right route order, and I think going with this route right now is a good idea. How do is? I saw her talk to him. Blah, blah. I don't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him. I'm sure of it, or at least she's got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me. I don't trust this guy though. Like, why is a grown-up adult accusing a high schooler? Unless this guy is also a high schooler, but he doesn't look like one. He looks like a teacher. If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why didn't you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she would kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time and you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's it exactly. I wonder if Jonochi is actually alive still. Maybe the guy died. I'm begging you, don't let her get to me. Arrest her, I'm telling you she's a demon. You seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. If could a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? Maybe she had a stone. What if she had a stone? You don't know what she can do. She'll curse me. Curse you? The mouth. I'm sorry, but you're losing me here, buddy. It's true, her house. It's... Forget it. Why do we even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you would never understand. Enough, I found somebody else to help me. This guy is dead. This guy is dead. I'm telling you, this guy is probably dead by now. We're gonna find his body. Hey! Huh. This guy is probably dead. Now I'm starting to believe Jonochi for some reason. I thought he was just like accusing someone and he was like suspicious. But the fact that this guy is freaking out and talking about some curse, what if I forgot her name, the girl he's mentioning that is also a friend of the high school girl that has a stone, what if she also had a stone? That's about the long and short of it. I can hardly believe it. At the time, I thought at the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk, but I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it. And then if we can just find that girl. Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His name is Kohei Jonochi. He's a teacher. Ah, there you go. At Komagata High School here in Sumida. She could also be. What if this guy is not all white? What if this guy did something terrible as a teacher because he works there? I actually didn't know he was a teacher. I just like assumed he was once. So, but no way, this guy is actually a teacher. Can't believe. Can't believe I was right. I feel like maybe this guy is also not all white. Maybe he did something sketchy and she's trying to get revenge on this guy, and maybe he's trying to actually, I don't know, but whatever he said could be a clue, but he's also super fishy. A teacher, then this school girl is one of his students. I think that's very likely. Okay. At last we've got a lead. Hopefully it will be breakthrough we're looking for. Okay, about the right of resurrection. The right of resurrection. I read about that in an occult magazine the other day. Apparently some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the right can be found somewhere in Honjo. I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like my prayers had been heard. Like I had hope, real hope for the first time. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered, what if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I had just paid a ransom? Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I had done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive. Can't blame yourself, Mom. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. Though I know that won't help any. Grace is funny like that. I'm guessing that's what you're after. The right. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much he meant to you. But, and this is a big but, if this right is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul. Is that a problem? We should start by killing her husband and her father. And maybe the police officer, the lead inspector that was in charge of the case that messed up. If it comes to that, I'm afraid I will have to stop you. Oh, that's a shame. A shame, huh? That's all. I think we should take this warning very, very seriously. I feel like there is no good ending for this poor Haruhi. And then she would be like, finally, I will be reunited with my son, and that would be so sad, but probably what could be your ending. I had thought, if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that? I think any parent in my position would happily care for a chance like this. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers, I only need you to find them. I won't be party to murder, Mom, not even for a client. Oh. 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 I think very RP. If I was Haruhi, I would say I'll pay you. How much can I give you to change your mind? Sorry, Mom, but not everyone has a price. And now this is very Richter like. So I wonder what would make Richter help us. Or maybe they're not working together and he was just telling her. I don't know. I've got my policies and I stick to them. I still didn't realize you were so stubborn. Let me say though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out. Oh. What do you have in mind? Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they filled it with soul dregs? If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services gold fee. If the other curse bearer wants to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later. Well, then I suppose we have a deal. Is that why this guy was actually telling Shogooki? I wonder if the presence I felt when I started the game in the park was actually not the guy from my company, but actually Michael Jackson all along. Maybe. Or maybe the guy arrived later, and when he saw me killing a dude, he started to follow me around. I don't know. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove? That would void your contract, ma'am. Just warning you now. Oh my. I mean, yeah, our curse is pretty deadly. Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about the curse of yours? The haunting clappers was it? That's one of the 7 mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly. That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm pretty sure. I remember hearing that. In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere. That sounds sensible. And if I remember correctly, your hunting clappers can set people on fire only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right? That's right. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table. You really think it's that good? The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that conditions were already fulfilled before they even knew you're here. I wouldn't even know what hit them. Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I say. Threats could work, although without any proof, it will come down to how convincing you can be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second. At the last second? What interesting idea. Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I still died at Shogooki. I tried to bail out, and then I still die in the end. I have a lighter right here. We could try it now. That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig. Oh, I see. You're an old one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying, and I don't think it's just a curse. You flatterer. I like her. I like her. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine. Right then, have you decided what you want me working on? I want you to investigate the kidnapping instead. Maybe this is where it leads to different routes. I think he helped me with the right, he would probably kill me, and I kind of want to have that. But I think if we want to have the good ending, we would need to investigate the kidnapping first. But I also want to do things right and not just jump straight into the wrong, bad end hole. So I think I'll just ask him to investigate the kidnapping. And once we're done with, let's say, a good ending, I can always go back and get the bad ending instead. Probably. Finally, I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son. Your wish is my command, ma'am. I have focused all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping. Although something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises, could you search for the other curse bearers? Wait, it doesn't matter. He would still help me? Alright, see how it is? Well, I would be happy to help. It's nice that you can't get spoiled on the story chart when you're playing. Odds are good that the others curse bearers are also working by night. I feel like there's some typos in the translation, but I'm not sure. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they will be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it says all then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up and I can start asking questions, I'll investigate the kidnapping as well. I'll even try and find Miss Shiraishi as part of the bargain. Thank you, that's more than enough. Now then. She got to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find something. I'll call you if I find out anything new. Sorry, you stay here and keep a lookout. All right. There's no telling what kinds of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything. I will. Well, if that's all, I should be going. Oh shit. Oh, we can still play. Okay. There was only one way. When do I get my bad ending if it's so cramped in here? We don't really have much space to unlock new branches. Unless it just, like, appears here. But apparently I did the right choice, because there was no other way. Even if I asked him, sorry, to help me with the right of resurrection, the guy would have been like, oh yeah, I can't investigate about the kidnapping at night anyway, so indeed I will help you. Turned out there is only one solution. Despite having obtained the curse of the hunting clappers, Haruhi Shigima is determined to use the right to resurrection by stealing the remaining curse stones. She instructs her private investigator Richter to find the other curse bearers. Let me just check something. Yeah, okay. Does that mean she goes out? I thought she wanted to stay indoor for now. Until we have some clues about... Yeah. Until we have some clues about the other customers. I'm so sorry, I'm very tired. It's been almost an hour since Richter left. He promised he would call me if anything happened, but he hasn't. All I can do is wait and wait. That must be so boring. Was this a newspaper? He must have fallen off his chair. The newspaper. I only leave them in here for the guests. I hardly even read them myself. I don't think I've taken the time to go over one in years, in fact. Well, it's not like I have anything better to do. Education articles. Everyone attends high school now, even girls. Universal education policy, they call it. The country's gotten rich enough that every child can go to school. Education is the backbone of modern society. If you want to work for a good company, you have to get into a good university. With more people in the running than ever, the competition to get into those universities has gotten fierce though. The new generation is rebelling. Schoolyard violence and delinquency are on the rise. But my boy was too sensible to get mixed up in any of that. I don't want to read anymore. It will only remind me of him. Oh, can I read other articles? What about culture articles? Now that everyone has more spending money to go around, people are coming up with all kinds of new diversions. It seems like only yesterday that people were flocking to the arcades to shoot aliens, but now we have these enormous theme parks and gaming machines that plug straight onto your television. Everyone's talking about superhero series, foreign films, and movies based on the latest bestseller. Back in my day, fusion rock and folk music was all the rage, but now it's all about city pop and idols. I find it hard to care about that sort of thing anymore. What's that? What's the thing? Wonder what it is. I sure hope nothing happens in this room. Like, it's so creepy. There's nothing on at this hour. I see no point in turning it on. Then let's keep reading. We can still read the culture articles. I hear the new big thing is some mascot line of delinquent birds. Mockingbirds, I think it's called. Was that what Richter was talking about? Trends seem to have such short shelf lives now. With how quickly the times are changing, I think I'm just too old to keep up anymore. It's young people who are leading the way with their modern world views. My generation will only fall further behind. Economy articles. All sorts of articles about the current state of the economy. Now that the post-war boom has passed its peak, we're moving into the era of large corporations. It's about 220 to 230 yen to the dollar. Manufacturing is on the rise and exports are healthy. The dollar's down from its height, and people are saying it could fall further. There's no denying how much the standard of living has improved in the past few years. It's common to own a car and television now, and supermarkets are better stocked than ever. I just hope nothing silly happens when I'm reading this. Although with everyone flocking to the city, land prices are skyrocketing. Nowadays, most people can only dream of home ownership. The city center is going to be nothing but apartments before long. I'm not exactly a businesswoman, so this all feels like another world to me. I feel like something's gonna pop by the time I'm done reading this fucking newspaper. I don't really watch much television. It feels as if all the information in the world gets passed through that little tiny black box, but father stopped them from reporting on the kidnapping. But when it happens, I was glad about that. Less fuss. I'm so sleepy. Now the comedy boom is over. All the comedians are flocking to other genres. The Ghoul seems really popular at the moment to get all these paranormal specials. Finishing on society articles. It looks like the city's biggest problem right now is pollution. I remember how the air and water used to be even more polluted. The river was covered in scum from all the sewage and industrial waste, and it stunk so badly it would make my eyes water. Eventually people started getting sick, and it couldn't be ignored anymore. Fortunately, it's gotten better since then. Although the air around the industrial district is still filthy, with gas and smoke. I don't feel really well right now. I don't know why. The more time I spend in this room, I feel unsettled. I'm gonna think, or I should also maybe take a look at my telephone. I know it's dangerous to go out, but I can't just sit here and let this opportunity pass me by. I have to look for her, for Michi Yoshiraishi. First, I need to find more soul drags. Nobody's here, right? Okay. Should I go out? Waiting for Richard to contact me, but he hasn't. Should I really go out? Wait, I don't know how to go out, actually. Ticking seems so loud, just goes to show how quiet it is. What should I do now? I think I've read everything. Unless... Oh, it's not done. If there's one thing Honjo never wants for, is horrific crimes. They found a police officer dead in a local park just the other day. Oh! A lot of my family are in the police. I hope it wasn't anybody I knew. I don't read the news anymore, not since last year. It brings back bad memories. Oops, sorry. Suicide at local high school? Oh no. Don't tell me Michio committed suicide. I remember that a high school girl jumped off a roof about a month ago. She's bullied, I think, or maybe it was something about exam pressure. What? But no, this can't be right. Her name. Michio jumped. That's why the high schooler wants to actually resurrect her. Michio Shiraishi from Komagata High School. It can't be. Oh, she jumped. Okay, that's. I trust the teacher less and less now that I know he's a teacher. Maybe the teacher is actually the culprit. Michiyo Shiraishi. I feel like she was bullied. What if she was also assaulted? It would be actually. It's so sad to say that, but it could be pretty common. I feel like, oh my god, it's 10 times better to go through the routes in the right order and not start with the high schooler one. Even though they didn't block it, I think it's better to start with this one. The same girl who witnessed my son's kidnapping committed suicide last week? But that means Mr. Jonochi was terrified of someone who already died? Oh wait! Oh, you're right! She was already dead! Why did he blame her if she was already dead? I did not think about that. Is that guy haunted by her spirit? It would be so funny. Is this what he meant by a curse? I can't work this out on my own. Maybe Richter will know. Why won't he call? Oh, I haven't left it on the hook, have I? Oh! Shit, I should have read that. I didn't know it was different lines. Sorry, that must be him. Answer. What if you do nothing? What if you miss the call? I do shake in my residence. Oh, what if this is not Richter? What if this is not Richter? Magata Bridge? Oh, it was Richter. And then he asked me to be on the bridge with him. Wait, which bridge is that? I don't remember. There's so many bridges. I don't think that's the bridge we found Richter as Shogookie. I think we met him on another bridge, didn't we? Sorry. No, Richter Kai. No, we saw him at Ohonji Bridge. This is another bridge. Richter called me out to meet him and we came here to Komagata Bridge. Richter, there's something I need to tell you. Funny, we're just thinking the same thing. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. Ooh. We're on Komagata Bridge over the Sumida River. There's a highway on one side and a freeway on the other, but they're both deserted this late at night. One of the bridges spanning the Sumida River, completed in 1927 as part of the reconstruction effort following the Great Kanto earthquake. It is notable both for its distinctive blue arches, and yeah, I think so. Anyway, and the cutting edge for the time techniques used in its construction. There are many bridges stretching across the Sumida River, each boasting a unique structural form and design. I want some soup right now. What the fuck? It's 6 p.m. Maybe it is the right time to be having a little soup. I'm just like slightly hungry, not full hungry. He's gazing down at the water. What does he see down there, I wonder? Me too? The Sumida River. The water is filthy and horrid, but at night when it's still, it looks almost peaceful. Can I ask you something, ma'am? Oh shit. Is the Sumida River what you Honjo folks picture when you think of home? I couldn't say. All I can tell you is that I can hardly stand the sight of it. Right, should have guessed. This was where they found him after he went missing. Oh. Oh, all alone floating in that horrible water. All I can think is how scared he must have been, how cold he must have been. What did he ever do to deserve such something so awful? I've come here every day since then. And I pray to the river to give him back. To give me back my son. Day after day after day. You know, in olden times, people believed rivers marked where her world met the next. So the act of crossing flowing water had a huge amount of spiritual significance. Back when Edo was founded, the people of Chuho saw the Sumida River the same way. They associated the far side of the river with the afterlife. That same place would later become Honjo. All their fear, and revulsion accumulated there and took root. But then, the Ryogoku Bridge sprung up after the Great Fire of Meideki, and just like that, Honjo was part of the city too. And as it turned from farmland into a town, the people surrounded it with man-made rivers and crisscrossed it, canals and waterways. Weren't those to prevent floodings? That's what I was told. They were, but that's not all they were for. Their other purpose was to contain all the corruption that had built up on the far shore, and stop it leaking through to our side of the Great Divide. Officially, there were a physical barrier, but unofficially, there were a spiritual one too. So if I have this right, are you saying that Honjo is a place where the real world meets the afterlife? Exactly, that's why the rite of resurrection is here rather than anywhere else, I'm sure of it. And it's probably why the 7 mysteries and their curses have survived to the modern day. And I guess that would make this spot we're standing now right over the water, the border between life and death. If there ever was a place where bringing back the dead might be possible, I reckon it's here. It's funny that you mentioned praying to the river. That might have done more than you think. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Just thinking aloud, man. It's a nice thought. Oh, so sleepy. So damn sleepy. A Class A river that is part of the Arakawa River system, which runs through much of eastern Tokyo and empties into Tokyo Bay. During the Edo period, Sumida's riverbanks played a key role in the transportation of lumber used for construction. In addition to its logistical importance, it was also a place for the common folk to gather and enjoy activities such as seasonal flower viewing or river bathing. And there exist many woodblock prints depicting such activities. The area became plagued with sewage issues when the surrounding environs were industrialized in the post-war period, but the situation has improved since. Many unique bridges span the Sumida River, including the Ryogoku and Hazumabashi bridges, which attracts a large number of visitors as sightseeing spots. Massive fireworks displays in the summer are also always sure to draw a crowd. The river had served as a cornerstone for both the city and its people, having both aided in its development and serving as an inspiring backdrop for countless works of art and literature. can still look at Sumida River. Oh, that's right. There's one more memory I have of this river. Maybe I should have talked to him instead. Do you mind if I tell you? Go ahead. It must have been about 20 years now when I was still a schoolgirl. Oh, well, she's in her 40s, late 30s. Back then, the Sumida River was much filthier than it is now. It was full of garbage and industrial discharge. It was scummy and slimy as it stunk. You could look out over the water and see dead cats and dogs and pigeons just floating. Oh my god. One day, among all the filth and garbage, a corpse. What? There was a piece of my missing classmate's hand? What? It was almost a miracle when you stop to think about it. What were the chances that someone would find a part of her that was still recognizable? And that although everything but the palm had rotted away in the water, the part that was left would have an identifiable scar, and that they could tell it had been a murder from the blade marks on the bone. Wait, are you talking about the Nejima murders? So you have heard of it, I'm impressed. I assume you were but an elementary schooler at the time. I wasn't really aware of it then. I only heard about it after the fact. I had no idea the victim was a classmate of yours. What the fuck? There was a serial killer before. A notorious case from over 2 decades ago involving the murder of a female high school student. It first came to the attention of the authorities when part of a human left hand was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Testing revealed it to belong to a missing female high school student. As it appeared to have been severed deliberately, the police launched a mass murder investigation. A large-scale search of the river was organized, but the highly polluted state of the water made this impossible. Visibility was poor, the stench was intense, and the divers quickly fell ill. They succeeded in recovering only the victim's head and what appeared to be part of her leg before the search was called off. At the time of the incident, the Sumida River was as polluted as it had ever been. Neither fish nor shellfish could survive in it, eventually causing the annual fireworks festival to be called off indefinitely. Over the course of the search, the police discovered a number of unidentified human bones. This caused a stir among the public as several other young women had gone missing in recent years in the Tokyo area, and it was feared that they may have fallen victim to the same fate. Forensic technologies at the time, however, were not advanced enough to determine the identities of the deceased, and so the police were unable to open any inquiries. Due to the overwhelming lack of circumstantial evidence, the investigation ground to a halt until a hitherto unrelated individual came to its attention. During a questioning about a separate incident, Fumichika Nejima, a 36 years old shop owner with no relation to the victim, divulged details about her that had never been released to the general public. An investigation into his background was conducted, leading to his arrest. Nejima testified that he had snatched his victim from the street and confined her in the underground storeroom of his shop, which also served as his living quarters. He chose her for no special reason, but simply decided that she was an opportune target on seeing her walking alone at night after keeping her locked up for several days. He restrained her, severed her mouth shut, and severed her fingers and toes with a box cutter while she was still conscious. As she screamed silently behind her sealed lips, he proceeded to her wrists, her ankles, her elbows, her knees, working his way inward slowly and methodically. His victim constantly wavered in and out of consciousness. Her ordeal continued till she died of blood loss. Oh my god. Why is this so long? My only complaint for this game right now is that this is really interesting pieces of lore, but it wants you to check out the files and read through all of them. And I much prefer, if it's really interesting like this, to be spoken between characters, put in the dialogues. So you can probably play this game very fast if you do not have this kind of dialogues, and the game probably lasts, what, 10 hours or so? But the thing is, you also there's so much lore written for the city and everything, or also the legends, but if you do not read the files, you do not know about them. And that's a shame, in my opinion. Oh, sorry. Because it's really interesting. I feel like I have yet to read if Nejima is still in prison right now, or if he's like out. Because maybe he's the one that also killed our boy, but I don't think it's the same pattern as a killer. Wait. She died of bloodlust. Okay, Nejima dismembered the rest of her body and disposed of it behind his home in the Sumida River before cleaning his storeroom and returning to his everyday routine as if nothing had happened. The brutality of his actions shocked the nation when they were eventually reported. Once apprehended, Nejima readily divulged the details of the murder but was less willing to explain his motive. When asked, he would only break down in tears, saying, "I don't know what came over me, I know it was wrong." In the end, the police could extract nothing more from him than expressions of remorse. Although the efficiency of his methods strongly suggested that he had committed similar crimes in the past, no corroborating evidence ever came to light. Yes, I'm pretty sure of that. Nejima was sentenced to life in prison at his first hearing. The sentence was imposed with no appeal from the defendant. Okay. That's weird. I don't think he was possessed. Also, if he also killed other people like this in like a very, methodically and everything, that was absolutely not his only and first crime. The first crime would be much messier and probably cold cases that were never, reported. Oh, person of interest updated. Good. God damn. Shit. Oh my god, we have a face. That's him! Why do you have silky hair if you look like this? Self-employed, the man who made headlines over 2 decades ago as the perpetrator of the brutal killings known as the Nejima murders. To be honest, it was all a bit of a blur, a wave of chaos just spotting around me. Something like that. They said the rest of her body must have sunk to the bottom of the river. They combed the riverbed, but they only ever found pieces. Everything else must have rotted and flowed out the sea. Afterwards, I heard that all the divers who had been looking for her fell ill. Oh, they're kind of talking about the story. Like, if you don't want to read the files, you get glimpses of the story. Okay, never mind. I complained a little too early. But if you want to learn most of it, then you can just check the files. Okay. A sorry story for everyone involved. It's funny, everyone figures the river's filthy already, so one more piece of garbage won't hurt. But every little bit makes it worse. It's a vicious cycle. I know I wouldn't want to go rooting around down there myself. That's right, which is why the riverbed is the last place anybody would go looking. Or so was the killer's thinking, I suppose. The times were changing quickly back then. Things were confusing. Everyone seemed to be in a hurry. Young people were moving to Tokyo in droves. Some even ran away from home to make it in the big city. And they made easy targets for bad people. A lot of them ended up disappearing without a trace. You see, back then, if you chopped a body up into tiny pieces and threw it in the river, it would rot quickly and discreetly and sink to the bottom, never to be seen again. Are you saying what I think you're saying? They arrested him shortly after. Fumichika Nejima, the man who killed my classmate and cut her into pieces. He was so methodical about it, couldn't have been his first crime. That's what I was saying, yeah. And people began to wonder how many other girls he had murdered the same way. The police never found any evidence of other murders in the end, but the river knows the truth. How many corpses has it swallowed up over the years, I wonder? The same thoughts spread through everyone's mind and they started to avoid this area. So really, the river has been ranked with corruption for decades now. Or at least that's how it seems to me. Well, was that interesting? Well, I can see why you don't have any good memories of this river. With all the darkness lurking beneath the surface, there's no reason that you would. Still, if I may, ma'am, I'm surprised you know so much about the Nejima murders. But how could I not? After all, I was the one who found the hand. Yeah, she did say that. Didn't she say that? Oh no, she didn't say that. She just like said that someone found the hand in the river, but I don't think she did say it was her, right? Police actually wrote me a thank you letter. They said it was only thanks to me that they managed to bring Nejima to justice. That was the only time my father ever said he was proud of me. Oh my god! What if... No way. What if the murder of her son is actually linked to her being linked to the Nejima murders? Even though Nejima is probably in prison right now, what if, for some reason... What if... I don't know. Like it's linked and they're getting revenge, and instead of killing Harue, even though they could have, they decided to kill her son instead. Something like that. I guess it just wasn't the killer's day. Sometimes I wonder if he resents me for it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna end very soon. I'm too sleepy, I need to take a nap. Still haven't talked to him though. Oh, yeah, right, I forgot I needed to talk to this guy. It's fine, let's just keep talking. I have nothing but awful memories of it. Okay, never mind, it's done. Okay, you go first. Please go ahead. Alright then. I've been poking around places connected to the 7 mysteries looking for curse bearers, and I think I found a few candidates. Oh! There's a tall man I ran into in Kinshibori Park. LMAO this dude. I asked him for directions, trying to probe him a little, but he turned the questions right back around on me. And he was out of there the second he figured I wasn't what he was looking for. I absolutely despise how this guy stands. This is so creepy. Like, I don't know, the way he's just like posing like this is so fucking creepy. So unnatural. I got the sense curses were nothing new to him. I'm about 40% sure he's a curse bearer. Then there's this middle-aged guy I saw on South Warigesu Street. This is absolutely the professor, by the way, the teacher. This is totally the teacher's silhouette. It's the same guy. Wait. I wonder... Okay, hear me out. I think Warigesu Street could be this one. That's the place where Shogo Oki got attacked by a guy that was using darkness power with his cursed stone. What if the teacher actually has that? There's no question about this one, he had one of the cursed stones in his head. I can't believe the teacher is also a curse bearer, bro. He had a nervous air about him too. It was clear he was up to some shady business. Gathering soul drugs, I bet. He'd make a good target. I can't believe this guy is actually the teacher. The guy that tried to kill Shogo Oki the first time. It was actually the teacher. It's all linked. Next up is a pair, a young man and a woman I saw around Ryogoku Bridge. I have to say, it's so fucking hilarious how when we saw them last time with Shogo Okie, the guy tried to kill me, okay, and then I killed him. But the girl was also standing in the back, and I think this girl is kinda crazy. As in, she was not panicking when she saw him dying. She was like, yeah, whatever. And we saw her walk away like nothing happened. She's so fishy, this girl. This time the man came up to me and asked me flat out if I was a curse bearer. I told him I didn't know what he was talking about and he backpedaled and left. Looks like they lurk around there often. Looking for kindred spirits would be my guess. Though it didn't seem like they were quite working as a pair. Gathering soul drugs in a group might be a decent idea if you can make it work. Oh, maybe the guy just wants to have people with him, and she decided to join hands with him, but she was so quick to let him die. And I want to say, go queen, you're probably smarter than this guy. I just know we know who she is in the end. But with things being how they are, it's got to be hard to find folks one can trust. They got brass though. I don't know what their deal is, but I would like to find out. Last is 2 detectives I've been sniffing around. The police are involved? Not necessarily. A body turned up in a local park a few days ago, so they might just be looking into that. Still, the park's got ties to one of the 7 mysteries. Might be it was a curse that did the guy in. And if they're sending in detectives from the head office, then something's got to be up. How do you know where they're from? Let's just say that when you're in this business, there's some faces you get to know. Okay, that's it. That's everyone who's caught my eye. You found all of them in so little time. I really did hire the best. It's all in the name, ma'am. Richter Kai, P.I. No way. Make that Richter Kai investigator extraordinaire. An investigator extraordinaire. That's a French word. Is that why you can dress like that without drawing attention to yourself? You bet an investigator extraordinaire can blend in like a chameleon in any outfit. Well, that aside, the middle-aged man and the young couple sound the most promising, am I right? Whichever we pick, it's still too early to make a move. It seems like the curse bearers are less involved with each other than we thought. Plus there's still others we don't know about. I say we hang fire and see how things play out. One more bodies start showing up, that'll get the pot nice and hot, and once it's boiling, a chance will come. That's why we were looking for Shogo Okie. Waiting for him. Shogo Okie started the festivities. That's why. This guy was just we don't care about Shogo Okie. Period. We do not care about him, actually. There's something I need to tell you. What's up? Well, that girl, Michio Shiraishi. The girl? No, the one who was with Shuichi at the day of the kidnapping? That's her. Well, she's dead. She's what? The student who committed suicide last week, that was her. I heard something like that had happened. Never got the name, though. Talk about bad luck. We finally got a lead only to find it's turned into a literal dead end. Unless her death was the whole reason Jonochi was so shaken up. He said she was going to curse him. Was he talking about her taking revenge from beyond the grave? It seems like we're back where we started. Not necessarily, that teacher knows something, I'm sure of it. At the very least, I would put money on him having something to do with Miss Shiraishi's death. That's why he's so scared of being cursed by her. I see. And also something tells me he knows more about your son's kidnapping. In any case, I think I've got a good idea what he's hiding. Call it a hunch. A hunch? Well, more of a theory. Here to take a guess? I can guess. Can't say for certain, but Mr. Jonochi. Silence Mr. Jonochi. Silence Michio Shiraishi. With blackmail? With murder. What if Mr. Jonochi silenced Michio Shiraishi with murder? What do you think? I see, so you think Miss Shiraishi's death might not have been suicide. He was a teacher after all. If he was not a teacher, I would not think so. But, now? That would certainly give him a good reason to think she'd hold a grudge, but I'm not sure I buy it. That might be a little bit far-fetched. Oh, I'm sorry if I disappointed you. I'm not really cut out to play detective. Damn, I suck at... It seems like I suck. No point dwelling on speculation. The truth is out in time. Right now, I think we need to have another chat with Mr. Jonochi. I wonder if you can have a good answer here. Maybe you should have saved. Fuck me. I should have... I was tempted to save and I didn't save. To reload. Fuck. Standing around is the last thing I want to be doing right now. This is my only chance to bring my son. I can't afford to fritter it away. Is somebody here? Oh no. Is something wrong? Not really, it just struck me. It's been 20 years since the Nejima murders. So it has. Wouldn't that mean that Nejima would be back? Oh no, he was sentenced to life in prison, wasn't he? Not to spook you or anything, but I thought you might be interested in knowing. Oh no, don't tell me he's out. Life in prison doesn't always mean life. Oh, there you go. There's precedent. There's precedent for first-time offenders being allowed on parole after 20 years. There you go. Only if they're found to show remorse and the desire to reform themselves, of course. That's what I'm impressed you know so much. Still, it's hard for someone with a criminal record to reintegrate into society. I heard they've been trying to fix that recently, matching inmates with jobs and accommodation. Did he also change identity? I believe that after you're out of jail, sometimes if you want to start anew, and you out of jail, like, because you did good, right? Not because you bailed out. I think you can also take a new identity. Otherwise, it's too hard for you. But this is Japan. I don't know if Japan allows that. Kinda seems a little too easy. I feel like Japan wants you to feel the shame all your life after you committed something grave, you know? So I think he would be blacklisted, but maybe still living somewhere. Oh, really? They keep an eye on them, of course, and make them report in for regular checkups. But to avoid discrimination, they keep the inmates' records a secret from everyone but their employers. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. They even give particularly notorious criminals new identities so they won't be recognized in the workplace. What if? What if it's him? Where is it? The teacher. What's his name? This is Nejima. Does they look similar? Oh shit, I don't think I have a record of the teacher. What if it's him? Might be the same person. But the thing is that doesn't add up because that Michael Jackson said that the teacher seemed to be in his like middle 30 or something, around my age, right? That wouldn't add up. And the teacher did look young. I don't think it would be Nejima. The way you put it, it's like you're saying Fumichika Nejima could be out on parole right now, back in society under a new name with nobody any the wiser. It's possible. As it happens, a little birdie told me about a big name making parole a few months ago. I don't know if that was Nejima, but our discussion just now did bring it to mind. Oh my god, so interesting. I see. How unsettling. Now that you mention it, I just remembered something too. What was it? I was passing Komagata High School a little while ago when I saw someone. A janitor. Huh? I think, and I could have sworn he reminded me of Fumichika Nejima. That's Fumichika Nejima? He looks fit? That Fumichika Nejima in here doesn't look like the same person at all. He changed. What does he look like now? I wonder. Oh. He looked a little different after 10 years. Much thinner than I remember too. I told myself I was just saying things. But perhaps it was him after all. The government would be so fucking dumb to let this guy go back and work in a school after murdering a high schooler. There is no fucking way this guy could have worked in the high school. There is no fucking way the government would have allowed that. There is no way that's possible. No fucking way. Unless he was a janitor somewhere else. But that would be no way that the government would make such a mistake. That's not possible. That would be a plot hole. Perhaps it was him after all. That would be a huge plot hole. I don't allow that. So, what next? The big question now is, what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Samida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. I see. Alright. How much time do I need to wait? Did you think yet? Are you done thinking? Okay, I think it's been too long now. Oh! Oh, that's what it says! Suspense! I thought it meant that I have to suspend this. I had to stop him from thinking more. Like, okay, time's up, time to stop thinking. Oh no, what? You cannot currently progress any further. Once your situation has changed, select resume to try again. Pressing suspend will return you to the story chart. Oh no! Shit! Also, there's no proper route. Oh no, we're done with Haruhi Shigima for now. And now it's time to play the other characters so they can all kinda move at the same pace. Oh, the gameplay is so fun. I'm very excited to play the second game too now. Okay, next time we're gonna do Tetsuo Tsutsumi. And then, I don't know how long it's gonna last. And then we will do Yakko Sakazaki another time too. Oh, this is gonna take some parts, I think, but it's so interesting so far. That was a lot of lore dump on Haruhi Shigima's route, though. Sorry about that. Lots of reading, but very interesting. Especially what the fuck could have happened to Nejima, the serial killer. No, he was not. Oh, unless, never mind. I was like, he's not a serial killer, but no, he was, because he probably killed more than one person. But again, that would be so fucking stupid if the guy was working at the high school. It better not be that. I have no idea what happened at this fucking school, but probably some terrible things happened. Not only Yakko, the girl there, the high schooler. Sorry, she's behind my back. Right there, the last route is Yakko Sakazaki's route. I did not see that it was hiding her from you guys. Wait a second. Yakko Sakazaki's route is the last one I want to do after Tetsuo Tsutsumi, but now I'm pretty sure that all of their routes will be suspended until we're done playing them. And then you can progress further. And so, her friend committed suicide. I think they're friends. I want to believe so because she mentioned Michiyo's name before we killed her as Shogo Okie, right? And she was bullied, and I don't know what else is happening in this school, but I remember Michael Jackson saying that if the teacher killed Michiyo, that was probably a bit far-fetched. I don't want to think that. I don't want to think it's too far-fetched, actually. It could, but I feel like it could also be something. But at the same time, it was weird that this guy would actually be like talking about her. Why did he go through the length of warning us about Michiyo spilling the beans if the girl was already dead? Better let her be dead in silence, right? So I don't really know what's happening. I don't know if I missed something on the discussion by giving the wrong supposition theory, but it's okay. Very excited to continue playing this game. So I think that was really fun. Again, a bit more lore dump. It was not a lot of gameplay, but I'm really excited to see how the rest of the game plays. Especially since I was so confused that Shogo Okie died in his route no matter what. I wonder if there's a way for us to help this poor guy, or if his fate is just to be dead anyway, because it's just a nobody. And I wonder if there's more to Yoko too. What if there's more to Yoko? That would be interesting too. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for today. I'll see you guys on next Monday. I'm so sorry we can't continue here. It's been very interesting so far. I hope you guys have also been enjoying this. And after I'm done with Paranormasight 1, I'll consider if I play Paranormasight 2 or not, because I enjoy the gameplay a lot, and I think I will probably like the second game too. Talk to you guys later. Take care, and I'll see you guys on the next video next Monday, right? Bye bye.